Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice, the beautiful game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition that I play with all my friends, which today only counts 3 of them. You see, Maximus Prime, our beautiful player normally playing Jack, has this weird day where he has completed another circle around the sun. It is his birthday today. And he didn't want to spend it with his friends. He instead wanted to spend it with, like, I don't know, his partner, the ground, being outside in good weather. Fuck that sort of shit. We are just here playing nerd games, rolling dice in our, like, way too dark caves. And next to that, we are also missing the lovely Vincent, normally playing Crowan, because he has gone to the rescue to a dear friend who needed his aid in times of strife. So while it does become apparent that his love for, like, all of us is less combined than the love for this one friend, we will be mad at him. But for now, we will have to do it without him as well.
Whoop whoop, Titanium at last!
So I hope all y'all have a lot of things that you wish to deal with during this beautiful episode, because you will have a lot of time to complete any and all the things that you set out to do. Next to that, first off, Ave, right over there, thank you for your continued patronage, as you are once again a beautiful subscriber of us, as well as Titanium Atlas, thank you for your 6 months. Even without 2 of our players, we hope to bring you the nice story and entertainment that you have been looking at.
We're the best ones anyway.
No comment. But next to that, one of the things that we have, pulled into existence since a couple of sessions ago was that now all of you lovely viewers can also buy story beats, basically different things in the story that you can do that happens. And for this session, after we had a personal, like, story arc thingy for all of our players, the lovely Amunra came by and just showered us with llama points and actual money to procure all of those. So today we have a couple of new ones. These ones all, because our players still have to play out the different things that I have set in the world for them. These new things will be ones that are more associated with the main quest line. You can, if you would like to, just force an interaction with the big bad evil guy, the Aboleth known as the Shepherd. You can also give our heroes a little bit more information of the underlying effects that is somehow tied into all of this, known as the Echoes of Power, giving them a little bit more influence. You can also fuck them up in a different way, because you know what? The Dark Shepherd, our big bad evil guy, does have a loyal shepherd's hound, of course, which you can set on the party. So with that, a lot of things that you can still do to influence the story, if you so please. You can buy those with either llama points, or if you wish to just circumvent the entirety of the waiting time to earn llama points, you can also throw us a couple of bits, thousandths to be precise, and gain the beautiful privilege of buying your way into another piece of the story. So, with that being said, I think I have blurted out enough for now, so without further ado, shall we play a game? And we're back. So, to jump into tonight's game, let us recap. Because our heroes, different wandering people, all coming to the vast city of Farwater for different reasons, have been drawn together by fate, it seemed, as they realized the city was enveloped in a dark plague, dubbed the Crystal Plague by none other than our very own Tarouche. It seemed that throughout the city, different people were falling ill, slowly turning mad, eventually even having their bodily flesh turn into some sort of crystalline mass as they died. A plague that seemed to be perpetuated by a force known as the Shepherd. The Shepherd, you have come to understand, being a strong, magical, ancient, fish-like creature known as an aboleth, that seemingly had taken up residence here within the city limits to increase this plague, and in so doing, also its own power. Slowly but surely seeming to grow towards a point at the end of this month, as the month of the goddess of death, the month Ravenrest, would begin. That might seem to be a point where this being known as the Shepherd had been living towards. However, their plans are slowly but surely being thwarted by all of you, because you as outsiders got a job offered to you by the local captain of the guard, Bradley Quintessent, to, outside of the law, figure out what the hell was going on. And in so doing, you have found different people being influenced by this Dark Shepherd, and one by one you have removed all of them. One you killed, one you made into an ally, and the last one you apprehended. The last one being a traitor within the guards themselves, which, now that he is apprehended, the guards are not really at your disposal, but at least way more capable of aiding you in finding and dealing with this Shepherd. With all of the lieutenants and other threads of this quest being dealt with, you now find yourselves at a moment of rest, realizing that one by one all of the different avenues of the Shepherd have been closed off, and you can now begin to think of how you will deal with the big bad evil guy himself. I say, however, that you had rest, but even in rest, it seemed that different things found each and every one of you. Because, as our chat had dictated, each and every one of you had a personal character moment that brought with it its own ordeals. For now, we will skip the character progressions of the two people that are not here, but Olam, as a Galaxy Panther, which I call you, and a subject of the goddess Saloon of the Moon, you realize that not only the moon itself, but also the stars themselves seem to have an interest in you. You being called out in a strange vision by a red, orange, and yellow nebulae far, far away, that being so alien of you didn't even know what names were. You having named it Shh, now as another sort of benefactor to you, ever present in the night sky. Edge, you trying to figure out your devilish heritage, had bestowed upon you the presence of a small little helper, simply known as Imp, that has taken up refuge, in your monkey familiar, now possessing it, and sometimes coming closer to the surface to deal with you about information of who you are and where you come from. And last but not least, Tarush, as one of a very noble house coming straight from the capital, it seems that your family has not completely left you alone, as your uncle entered a telepathic link with you, berated you on not working hard enough, and actually pushing you to take on another assignment at your guild, the Cerulean Circle.
Yeah, what was the name of the guy you wanted me to contact again?
Yes, so as we turn into where we last left off, all of you are finishing a long rest at your local inn where you're staying, known as the Lake House. And here you were contacted by your uncle to once again, let me take a look, see here.
Like, I remember the other details, I just didn't write down the name.
Yes, you had basically a analyst at the Cerulean Circle, like, appointed for you, the same guy that you had spoken to one time before when you actually came to the city of Farwater, known as analyst Neil Hestus, a High Hearthian divination wizard who is within the Cerulean Circle
Alice
enclave
Neil
here.
Hestus.
Just Neil. Analyst is his
Oh.
title. He is an analyst within the Cerulean Circle. First name Neil, last name Hestus.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. And with that, we tune into the open area within the lake house, where different wooden tables now stand mostly vacant as the early morning slowly but surely greets each and every one of you as you make your way down towards this establishment and gather at one of the tables. Different breakfast foods and beverages are strewn out to you. Tarush, you will be very happy to hear that coffee is not unknown to the vast city of Farwater, imported all the way from the Tsunade Desert itself. Still, though, it is a nice delicacy to have here in such a large city.
Yeah, Tarush, with much struggle, he'd gotten out of bed earlier. Like, you would think it would be nice to wake up with Lyra, but au contraire, they were both very hungover. And he struggled to get himself out of bed as a pile of his armor had materialized next to his bed because his spell has ended. And they had woken up from it. Just it wasn't a pleasant thing. But he had to refocus his energies. Like, honestly, that sounds like the suckiest thing of being a wizard. You wake up, you immediately get into the books, right?
Gotta do homework every day.
Yeah, so struggling and forcibly he puts himself down and he gets to work on preparing the spells for the day. As Lyra too probably does something similar in her own way.
Yeah. At least you can find a little bit of solace in the fact that indeed your companion for the evening, Lyra, the high elven woman, woke up beside you and indeed also needs to do her daily preparations. So as you had opened your books, she went downstairs for a moment, grabbed 2 cups of tea, got back up, still very hungover. Prestidigitation can only do so much to alleviate the sweatiness of a good hangover. But at your table, you both quietly go through your wizard's tomes and get ready for the rest of the day.
So for Tarush, the way it looks is he's not very he's not as neat when it comes to his books as it comes to his appearance. So he doesn't really have it does have kind of a leather bound cover, but it's more like you know these people, I'm one of them in real life too, who just they have these bunch of papers from school and they kind of just push them into a binder, but they don't actually bother to bind them, and at least Tarush has magic to help him with this. So the book opens and all the pages just float out in front of him and circle around him as his staff floats in front of him too, which he uses as a focus. And electricity just crackles as he meditates and focuses on the spells and imbues the power into his staff. Just like a little Tesla orb, or big one actually. And afterwards, there's this moment where he's just yes, and everything just falls down. I'm done. Coffee, breakfast.
At which point Lyra, being distracted by all the small bolts of lining, had already procured 2 different pieces of cotton to push into her ears, not to get distracted even more, because you could actually see her wince at every small bolt, the hangover taking its toll. Eventually, as you pipe up, she goes, "Huh? I'm fine for now. I just need a couple more moments, thank you."
Get you downstairs. And he, again, bundles up the papers, not bothering to put them in any sort of order, and just pushes them back into the binder or the leather-bound thing, and just pushes it into his backpack again.
All right, Lyra can roll a high enough deception check. So as far as Tarush knows, Lyra isn't judging at all.
Oh, but I am.
He grabs his staff from the ground.
Judging you.
As you should. This is a well thought out character flaw. And he puts his staff, he leans it against the side of the room in the corner. His armor has disappeared. And he goes downstairs just in his fancy clothes as he goes to dig in.
Very well. Edge, Olam, any morning rituals for the likes of you before you join Tarush at the table?
Nope, I got nothing going on. But I do want to do something after breakfast, but that will come.
Very well. Noted.
Edge would have gone on their morning run and did some calisthenics.
Edge, go ahead and make me a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. All right. Because you have had a very, very eventful evening last night. But it seems that somehow, perhaps it's a little bit of devilish electricity energy, but you still feel invigorated and well rested this morning. And you are capable of coming towards breakfast with that view of that you have like a little bit of a head start to the rest of all of these people. Like people are slowly waking up. You've already had a workout in and you're there. Let's do this.
Yeah, I had Azarial do most of the work for the last couple sessions, so I had some rest.
Starfish style, baby.
Exactly.
It's a mug style.
It's even, well, no, because there's also a tail. So it becomes like 6-pointed starfish this time.
Octopus style?
Exactly. 6-pointed.
Heptapod? No, hepto 7. Hexapod style. Hexapod style. There we go. All right. So without further ado, each and every one of you find yourselves at the table. You are missing Jack as of this moment because he's taking care of the zombie that came walking in here. Stay tuned next episode to see how that works out. And Crowan is also taking a little bit time for himself, still a little bit flabbergasted by what was happening last episode.
Yeah, that's probably a traumatizing episode. Yeah. All right. So I imagine Edge would be there first, then Olam, and then Tarush, and then Lyra last. As
soon as Olam sits down, Edge is going to lean in a bit and go, "We should probably do something about Buddy.
Oh crap, we also have him.
We
But
can't
why?
just leave him here."
Do we keep him with us then, right?
If you, I would. He's our little buddy.
I don't know if he can go somewhere else, so that would be sad. So I think we should keep him.
We can't send him down the sewers. Maybe we should talk to the rest about it. I would
But
mind.
if we send him back, they will think that he did wrong to them. So they will maybe
we
hit
can't
him.
do that. We're
No.
not sending him back.
Well, we might want to check in with him and develop his story because Tarush has been experimenting on him and giving him powers or trying to imbue him with.
You have?
Yeah, you were there.
Oh yes, Lyra sits down with the last bit of prestidigitation magic that one rogue strain of golden blonde hair turns back into her ponytail as she sits down. While you had left me with him, I actually tried to see if I could find a sort of solution for our little predicament. Because if Buddy would actually be capable of wielding some sort of magics, I thought to myself that perhaps it would be most beneficial to all of us, including Buddy, if he could find some magical prowess in disguising himself.
That would be smart. Yes. Is that easy to learn to him because we still don't know what he says, right?
It is a spell that is easily enough mastered, if he would be capable of doing so, of course. That is the big question in all of this, but...
How has he been progressing after the trials I've
Oh
put him
right,
through.
we gave him the potion thing.
Yeah, well, I gave him the
Yeah.
potion plus other things like that were.
Yeah.
It wasn't very ethical. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no,
but
I remember now. This is slightly before or after we turned into wasps, and that kind of overshadowed the rest of that session for me.
Yeah.
fair.
I've gone over the different things with Buddy. I've tried to keep it as, let's say, practical as possible. He did pick up a couple of things, but the experiment that we did with allowing Buddy to wield magics, the likes of the clerics of his clan, weren't really complete yet. So a couple of days have passed. Perhaps this would be the time to see if the things click, have a final check, so to speak, with him.
I agree. I do have one concern, however. One that, well, not a concern for me, Taru says with a cocky smile. More for Edge, Olam.
What?
Once we kill the shepherd, I assume it is a reasonable consequence to expect that the scum will revert to their original animal-like intelligence. The Buddy we once knew will be no more.
But will he turn into a fish then?
He will turn into somewhere in between where he is now and a common sheep, intelligence-wise. His looks will be the same. His mind is what was affected.
But then we can ask him before he turns that way if he would like to stay with us, if that would happen, and if that is something that's going to happen, we can keep him as a pet-like thing.
Like I said, not up to me. I don't really care, but
Oh, we could have him to be a page to Crow and to just like carry his things and stuff.
But not too heavy, because he
No.
we should
Just
not
like
hurt him.
his backpack maybe.
like I said, do what you want, but let us also consider the probability that he will not be more intelligent than simply mistaking each one of Crowan's fingers for a worm to snack upon.
That
We'll
is
burn that
the
bridge
thought.
when we get there.
Well,
Yes.
So I figure Buddy would be the first order of business then for today.
oh dear. Food is the first order of business, and Taru
Oh,
starts
thank God.
cramming his face.
All right.
He is very hungry, and he's going for all like the greasy stuff, the sausages, the eggs, the bacon. You know, he needs his needs his fats and salts. Yeah.
Carbohydrates. Yeah.
Edge is just going to softly push a Bloody Mary into Lyra's direction.
Into whose direction?
Lyra's direction.
Oh,
And she just smiles. Thank you.
a
All right.
Bloody Mary. Oh.
Yeah, Bloody Mary is good for a hangover.
But there's alcohol in that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking if I understood correctly.
Yeah.
I'm just
All right.
like, if I were that, I would be like.
Like in the Netherlands we have the term restauratiebiertje. Like the restoration beer, like the first beer after a night of heavy drinking to get you back into the flow. It works sometimes.
First one's hard work, but after that,
Mm-hmm.
no problem.
Right.
Easy
But
peasy.
eventually the hard work of your morning breakfast does come to a close. And as all of you are once again well fed and well rested, what is the first order of business? Are we going to deal with Buddy?
Well, yes, now I want to know how he's doing.
Or you wanted to do something after breakfast, Olam?
Yes, but now I'm more interested in body. I can do this later.
All right, we'll put that in the bank for now.
Oh, I
As you
think that
guys-
I realized my snacks are right over there. 1 second.
Oh.
But continue.
So, as all of you move up towards one of the chambers, I can't remember where you left Buddy, but you enter one of your chambers to find that Buddy is actually sitting on one of the chairs there and peering over what seems to be a somewhat simplistic book, like just looking at it a little bit, like large pictures on the left side of every page. So you have like every right side is text, every left side is pictures, and he's just like peering over it, his small little fish legs dangling over the edge of the chair, because Buddy, as you know, is a scum, or basically fish goblin, we'll call them, who live here in the sewer systems of Farwater, and this one, by the magic of the artifact, turned into your friend. So you can still see him in his what now seems to be like very simplistic clothes, just like a normal shirt. His armor that he tribalistically crafted for himself, just lying somewhere in a pile, folded and washed after he has stayed here for a couple of days. And as all of you enter, you can see that his eyes just join all of you, and for a moment he nods, and then he sees Lyra, and he steps up and just goes and begins to make a couple of sounds and pointing towards the book. Oh, very interesting, very interesting. It seems that he is actually trying to read.
I put down a little plate of breakfast for him, and I give him a little one of those over his head. Does he have hair? I don't care. I'm just gonna.
He has scales. He has like a mohawk fin, you know. So you can do like that. Yeah.
Ed, could you speak up a little bit while you're doing that?
Yeah, that's about right.
It's not my fault for Mouter, like, describing his little legs, like, dangling over the chair. I love him! I bring him a plate of breakfast and I ruffle his scales. Are you happy now, Charlie?
Kind of.
Consider Buddy's scales ruffled. As you step into the chamber, each and every one of you, Lyra takes out her spell book and begins to rummage through a little bit and just goes, all right, now we get to the weird part. Whatever you have done to Roosh, I would figure that all of the things that he has ingested and the like should have run their course. So now the question remains, how do we kickstart this? I'm thinking a impromptu arcane ritual to see if we can do something with him. How would all of you be able to add to this? So for the sake of a little bit of metagaming, we basically now go into a little bit of a ritual. So I'm gonna need at least from two of you, or all three of you, checks that will aid in this ritual of kickstarting your buddy's nice little magical capabilities.
I know magic, so I can roll.
All right, so each and every one of you, as Lyra basically takes it upon herself to draw out the basic arcane circles and glyphs to get this ritual started, she puts Buddy in the middle and basically begins to tell that we will need some sort of way to, not influence, but stimulate his mind, and that can be gotten to in very many different ways, shapes, or forms. So for each and every one of you, what kind of skill will you use in this, and how will you use it? Can be arcane, can be one of the other intelligence-based skills, can even be whatever you like to. You can do athletics to give him a back rub while all of this is going on for my character. What do we do? Olam, I see you thinking very hardly.
So why do you let me choose first then? Oh, that's not nice. I will use a religion.
All right.
Because that's a high roll. And I will meditate, pray-ish while holding his hand.
Don't underestimate yourself, Crystal. Like, religion also just like refers literally to divine magic, which you are very capable in, so you can just like help him channel that stuff. As part of this.
But you could also
That's
just
why I'm
ask.
going to meditate.
No, but you could also just ask Shh or Saloon to guide you in this. That's also a very nice thing, because you said you wanted to pray.
Yeah, but is my connection with Saloon already better or not? Because we haven't. Then I'm going to put my bets on Shh then.
All right. Whatever you like. The freedom is yours. All right.
Well, you say
I know,
this,
fucking Savage Combat Smurf. I hate that
What?
guy. We haven't almost died in like a whole session, so there's a fucking scum raid now.
Oh, really? Oh, hell yeah.
Can we wait until after this ritual, though, please?
Yeah, because that will be a very interesting point to see if this works, yes or no. So, with that being said,
Yeah, like Khoni's body
I
just said
love
it wouldn't
this.
be a stream without Savage Combat Smurfs
Hell
doing
yeah.
something.
I love this. Thank you in advance. So, Orlano's going for religion.
Yes.
Edge, Tarush.
I'm no good with the magic-y thingy. All I can do is zap people. I'd rather not electrocute my buddy here, so I am indeed gonna give him like a back rub, and just in case, like, make sure that I can grab him if he starts to, I don't know, throw a fit or
Alright.
something.
Edge, what are you doing? You're giving it a back? Talk to it. You're its best friend. It's one of your things.
He doesn't understand what I'm saying. I mean, sure, while I'm giving him a back rub, I'll just be going like, you got this, man.
No, my
so good at this."
suggestion, what I mean is, like, diplomacy is, like, one of your big strengths, too. I think maybe...
Not so much. I have a 4 on it. I'm better
can
at
also-
deception.
You can
Fair.
also just go for athletics and basically be his trip sitter, like that you will be
Yeah.
the person that runs around and makes sure, because when the ritual gets going, like arcane rituals sometimes have a lot of energy in them. Some things might go awry. You might be able to jump into.
That's
to, like,
that's
make
kind
sure
of what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the sitter mom. I'm always the sitter mom. Didn't
Hell
I
yeah.
do that for Olam when she got very, very drunk?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think someone else put me to bed.
Crowin put you to bed because
Yeah.
I was gonna get nasty with Zarel.
All right, you left me before for some.
Hey, I
business.
made sure that you were okay before I left, okay? And you were not alone.
If I would tell my friends that, I don't know if they would be so happy, but
I
okay.
would be fine with it because I got some.
So you put the peen before the pussy.
I had known Olam for literally less than 48 hours. Yeah, the pussy had a little bit of a higher priority there.
No.
We were already.
Olam
best
is the pussy
friends.
here. There you go. Okay.
Wow.
So Tarush, what do you do?
So I feel like Tarush would decide that occultism would be more applicable here, seeing as this is like dark magic and evil stuff that we're trying to imbue in him, and not just straight up, kindness of arcana. So I think I'm gonna go for occultism here.
Very good. All right. So, then, as the arcane circle is put down, Lyra slowly begins to chant in Draconic, the language of most arcane-based magics, and you can see one by one all the different glyphs begin to light up one by one as you see the energy that permeates the entirety of the multiverse that arcane spellcasters use, known as the Weave, slowly begins to siphon and even become visible at the very end as this magical energy is funneled through the arcane circle and with it through the mind of Buddy as he begins to make some sounds, winds a little bit, seemingly having somewhat of a small headache. We will now go into the different checks. We will have 4 different spellcasters, quote unquote, for this, and because your beautiful scum buddy is only a level 1 creature, and he is basically trying to become a level 1 spellcaster with this, we will set the DC accordingly at a 17. So y'all will need to roll a 17, and we will need at least, let's see here, at least 3 successes on this. So, with that being said, oh wait, sorry. No, I misread. No, it's only a 15 at first level. 15 at first level. So we need 3 15s on our skill checks.
Way to put the pressure on, Daddy.
All right, so.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. You made it a whole lot easier for me, though.
Oh, wait. This one's a little bit better. There we go. All right, so as the energy coalesces and runs through Buddy, Lyra tries to speak as clearly as she can, and she goes for her first check. All right, which is a roll, which I will keep secret from all of you. As this goes on the other side, Olam, what do you do?
You turned off the music?
No, wait, I put it back on, I think.
Fair.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you do?
I tell him, although he doesn't know, but I tell him that there are pretty stars in the sky helping him and sending him love and energy that will feed his energy to make the magic go poof.
And it seems that in these very basic terms, the emotion that you carry with yourself is easily perpetuated and flown towards Buddy, as you see one of the glyphs begin to light up, but instead of the dark blue of Lyra's magic, it turns purple and then red, as you see that one of these strands of magical energy begins to turn red with the power of Shh, as the stars themselves feed into this beautiful array. All right, as this goes on, different things begin to shake a little bit as the room itself begins to tremble under the arcane might. As eventually, Edge, you see that one of the large closets that stands here begins to tumble over. Go ahead and make me an athletics check as you try to keep everything stable and well.
Could you turn the volume up on your side on this song? I can't do much with it. A little bit more. Thank you.
There we go.
Dirty 20!
Dirty 20! Hell yeah. As you see this, you see Buddy sweating profusely. You first hand him like a comforting hand. As he gazes into your eyes, you see that he becomes a little bit more calm. But then the closet tumbles over, and quickly, with your monk dexterity, you jump towards it and quickly catch it and push it back as the chamber begins to rumble.
You actually get a +1 from an Inspire here, Edge.
Oh, damn. Well, not just...
the 21!
Well, not a +1, a +5.
Oh,
Goes on
+5,
Inspire.
my bad.
Yeah, so that becomes a critical success as well.
Oh, thank you so much
Alright.
for giving it to me! Thank you, Shokaizi! Thank you! I hope I'm not butchering your name.
Okay, so what we're getting through here is I will now share with you that Lyra also had a success. And now, because both of you also have critical successes, I will say that because this is going so well, we might actually get to the double amount of successes that we need, which will give a nice little added bonus to Buddy and even increase his spellcasting abilities a little bit.
So do we need, like, one more success, or...?
So if you now roll a success, Tarush, we'll basically say that the whole ritual has critically succeeded because we have double the amount of successes that we need. So what do you do while all this is going on?
Tarush has a bit of a bored look on his face. This is beneath his level.
My god!
This is why I hate you, Tarush!
He pushes down his... He raises his staff and then pushes it down onto the ground, the spear tip just clinking into the floor as electricity, as just this ionization of the atmosphere inside the room just raises as Olam's hairs kind of raise up on the back of her neck, and a few bits of lightning crackle from his staff, and then at the end, instead of what you usually see, it turns into this dark, ominous, purpley mist, this occult energy. Although Tarush isn't an occult caster per se, he has very much dabbled in it, and it comes very easily to him to cast dark magic as these mists surround Buddy. And I have Assurance Occultism, so I literally don't even need to roll. I can just say I get 10 plus 9 is 19.
And there we go. So with that, as you stand there, Tarush, completely in control of the entire situation, the mists themselves forming around Buddy, that one little jolt of electricity eventually finds the forehead of Buddy as it hits him square in the face, and with it you can see his eyes go wide for a moment, after which Buddy stumbles to the ground. The rest of the arcane magics in the sigils that Lyra had crafted on the ground beginning to dim. The reagents he used to draw them burned out, leaving only a little bit of ash behind on the floor as she quickly goes towards Buddy to check, like the rest of you, I figure, to see if he is okay. And before he can actually get up well and good, I would like all of you to go ahead and make me a perception check.
Natural 20!
Oh!
For a total of 27.
18.
13.
13, 18, all right. And Lyra has a pretty high roll with a 23. So, as I get this ready real
Well,
quick.
thank God you already have the battle map from the Wasp battle.
Let's see here. Do I have a nice little battle map for this sort of thing?
we used the Wasp, like the Wasp battle was here, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was only
but
Theater of the
it was in
Mind.
the theater of the mind.
Oh, I forgot about that.
All
My
right.
bad.
So, with this, I will take a little bit of creative liberty. As there we go. All right. As we move to the actual streets of the city of Farwater, because as you hear the gurgling sound coming from Buddy, all of you slowly but surely also begin to realize that coming from outside, there are a couple of other gurgling sounds. As at this very moment, you see the door of your establishment open up as a seemingly normal traveler-like person steps through, but with the first step it takes, you can already see the visage of this person begin to bubble and turn into the clay-like appearance of one of the Faceless Stalkers, the shape-shifting minions of the Shepherd that has seemingly infiltrated the very lake house where you all reside.
Gross.
It lunges forward, and I would like all of you to go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw, including Buddy in this one. Oh wait, no, sans Buddy, because he would not...
Dexterity saving throw, you mean reflex?
Sorry, reflex, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm playing 5th edition.
28.
28.
Oh
Fucking train of my dice worked, bitches! Oh no.
Natural 1 for 6.
Natural 1? Nice.
Natural 1 for 9.
For 9 though. But Rush is more fucked than you are. Alright, so as you are standing here on one of the side chambers, the Faceless Stalker just begins to bolt. As each and every one of you tries to jump away, Tarush, you are the one that is grabbed by his doughy demeanor and pushed through the actual window, glass shattering as both of you come tumbling down onto the streets, making this encounter a little bit more extravagant, if you will. So, with that, we go towards the battle map. Let's see here. Need to get this ready a little bit.
Take your time. If you want, maybe this is a good point to take a break a bit early, though.
A little bit too early, I think. So, as this is going on and I'm getting ready to battle map Edge, you are the first one to have an actual turn, so you can still go ahead and tell me what it is you would like to do.
Well, first, Edge is going to groan. Because what they really want to do right now is just let that Faceless Stalker have him. But they made a promise to Crowan. So they're gonna jump out the window after Tarush.
Alright, so as you jump out of the window down towards each and every one that is standing there, go ahead and make me a reflex saving throw as you try to nicely land on the ground for me.
That's a natural 2, but I'm gonna use my hero point.
Whew.
Because I have one.
If I may intercede though, jumping is athletics, not reflex saving throw.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, well, it's basically because Edge is jumping out of the window like 20 feet down.
Yeah, it's intentional. That
I
makes
would
it more
probably
athletics.
use
even.
my acrobatics to kind of like do some awesome muck shit.
Yeah, athletics, literally jumping.
Okay. All right. I am
me-
going to use my hero point to re-roll that.
Wait, falling. There we go. Falling on a. Alright, if you land on a creature, landing is almost impossible. Oh no, wait. Fuck it. What did we say that we're gonna do? Just homebrew it live.
You said reflex saving throw.
Reflex it is, because that's the thing that you need to do when you land on another creature. I was mixing those up.
Okay, that's a
But still,
20,
we'll just do that.
that's a 22.
22! Very
Yes.
nice,
I
very nice.
rolled a 12 and I have
Alright.
plus 10 on my reflex save, bitch.
And for the sake of this, we will say that you are able to jump out of the window without actually getting any damage. But that will be your first turn, or sorry, your first action of this turn. And to get things ready, we have next to Tarouche. if
Is
it
he on
allowed me.
top of Tarouche?
Now, we will say for the sake of this that they are next to each other. However, there are also a couple of scum nearby, as we find just crawling out of the sewers right over there, lying in wait, not one, not two, but three different similar-looking sewer scouts that you have fought before, with their crossbow/harpoon guns at the ready to assail each and every one of you. So,
Well, since I practiced my lightning last night, if I step here, can I hit him without hitting Tarouche?
let me take a look.
Or would I have to do
no.
one step further?
Yeah, you would have to do one step further, yes, because right now you're not adjacent to the guy. But right over there.
I do believe that my lightning is a range thing.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah,
it's
it's a
ranged, then,
30 feet range.
Oh, okay. In that case, you could
I was
already.
just mostly worried about hitting Tarouche as a...
Gotcha. Yeah. No. Basically, friends can jump out of the way because they can basically coordinate with you. So friends don't really give those high amounts of penalties.
Oh,
out.
okay.
And
Then
in
I'm
this
just-
case, I'm on the ground anyway.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna stay where I was, but I am gonna shoot some lightning blasts at that ugly motherfucker.
Oh snap!
It rolled down the table. Ooh, 17 plus 9 is 26 to hit.
Ooh, 26 will hit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yay! Okay, that's not a lot of damage, but still. Oh, it is if I roll a 6 on my d6. That's 7 damage. Lightning.
7 points of damage. As you jump out of the window, nice 3-point landing. With your other hand already coalescing the electrical devilish energy from your heritage, you blast it outward, and as the face of the stalker, its doughy demeanor comes up, it is completely blasted to the side, giving this horrendous screech as it tries to assail you and your companions.
Now refresh my memory, DM, because the last time that we fought a faceless stalker, it was in an anti-magic cone. Right?
Correct. Yeah, so
That
we
was
don't
my-
really know much.
Right. Did they have any resistances or anything to physical attacks? Like bludgeoning?
Well, you can go ahead and make me a... let's
No.
see.
I mean, if Edge doesn't remember, then I say Tarouche just spends one action on a check for that, because it's a check to, like, do
Yeah.
this.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. So, for now, I don't think that all of you can go ahead and make me a straight up intelligence check real quick. Just as your memory will say.
Yeah. Like me, Edge's intelligence isn't that
But,
fantastic.
like, I remember Tarouche stabbing one to death, so...
Yeah. but I also think I rolled very badly in that fight, and I rolled a 9. So
then I'm afraid at this point you don't really know or remember anything specific. The main thing that you indeed remember is the whole point that you fought in an anti-magic cone, which made things really, really weird.
okay. Can I use an action to help Tarush up off the ground?
You can.
Well, jump.
Oh wait.
And one for your you have a 1 action cantrip. Sorry, I keep forgetting. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
afraid-
heritage thing.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that right now you would still have to walk forward and get him up. So those will be 2 actions, I'm afraid.
Okay.
So you only have 1 action left.
Then I am just gonna stand next to the motherfucker and hiss at him.
Getting up close and personal.
Yeah,
Very
just
well.
try to make him focus on me.
All right.
Because I'm the tank.
Yes, you are. Please tank.
At which point I also need to get a couple of things in order. Right, so, but first we will say we will go to Olam with a 23 on the perception check, I think? Was?
No, I had a 27.
Oh, you had a 20. Oh, sorry, Lyra. Lyra is now having their turn. Excuse me. So, let's get this ready. At turn. At turn. At turn. At turn. At turn. And at... Oh,
Okay, turn the volume up on this one as well.
I can and I will.
Like by a lot. I'll manage it on my side.
Huh. Weird that all the volumes are so low this
No,
time around.
it's just these 2 new songs.
Oh.
New-ish.
Let's see here. Edge, you were at 827. You are going. 18. Tarush, what was your initiative again?
I rolled a 12, I think. Yeah. I have a 6, so 18.
18. And Olam, do you remember what your initiative was?
13.
13. All right, thank you so much.
And don't forget the thingy-mabub.
The thingamabob? Artifact.
Yeah.
Indeed. Because... Ooh, nice little ghost sound.
Yeah.
But I will wait with that one until Buddy actually has their turn. The ghost sound from Savage Combat Smurfs. Because first, Lyra is standing there, and she is going to... Let's see... Yeah, take a couple of steps towards the edge, so she can at least look out of the window, and then look at you, Olam, and goes, well, the last time that beam of light of yours had a little bit of a warm-up, so let's see if we can speed it up a little bit. And she touches you as a small jolt of electricity runs through you, and you are hasted, and you get another action at each and every turn. Alright, at which moment, Buddy is having their turn, and Buddy is going to take a step forward as a war cry emanates from the chamber behind him, as the rest of the scum downstairs with their crossbows at the ready all look up in awe at this small scum that is just standing there, chest bare with his shirt half open. However, Tarush,
May I
you
make
want
a
to do
little addendum to this? There's an
Go
electric
ahead.
guitar. I am scum!
I am scum! Very well. However, as Buddy is stepping towards this place, you can see that he's a little bit distraught, looking at one group of friends fighting another group of friends, looking forward, looking back, looking forward, looking back. And right now, he is just going to... Let's see here. Oof. All right. He's just stunned at this moment, not knowing which side to fight for.
That makes sense.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, he's
Tarush.
gonna watch us slaughter them, and that's kind of sad.
Or you can try to convince Buddy to join your cause.
Yeah. Well,
However,
I don't really have a connection with Buddy, so I don't feel like that would be Tarush's place. But I want to make a check to recall knowledge about the Faceless to see if there were any
Hell yeah.
weaknesses.
Go ahead and make me a occultism check, please.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
29.
Sick. That is indeed a critical success.
I've done some research in the meantime.
So indeed, you have already done some research into these beings, also trying to figure out like how you could spot them, knowing that like the scent of blood would permeate them. But now, thinking back on the research to what kind of defensive capabilities they would have, it seems that the last one you fought, being a bard, was not so far out of the realm of possibilities, because you realize that their doughy demeanor has somehow a even stronger protective barrier against the different things that are auditory or visual in nature. So their senses are very heightened and also protected against different things. So they gain a +2 status to all saves for the auditory and visual effects, as well as that their doughy demeanor cushions the blow of any bludgeoning damage, giving them bludgeoning resistance 5. And
All right.
with that, because you have a critical success, I will give you this. Their hit points, together with like their large physique, pretty high, like somewhere around like 50 hit points or so.
That's we can work with that. All right. In that case, Tarush screams, "No punching, just stabbing, slashing, anything else." And I have 2 more actions. Could you reset the song? I am going to stay there. Oh, I feel like I should have taken some damage from a 20 feet fall.
Oh, that's true. That was there we go. For now, oh wait, what is fall damage? You go ahead and do your thing. I will look up the fall damage.
All right, well, because your thing... Yeah, okay, so I have Shocking Grasp at 2nd level prepared. So Tarush lying on the ground, he's just remembering this, he screams this, and he starts whispering draconic words, "Tinkun," and his staff lights up, pulses towards his, the only piece of armor that he's still wearing, the enchanted metal gauntlet that helps him do touch spells, and he puts his hand forward against the creature he's pinned by as electricity just bursts forward in this beautiful, almost lightning-like array. And I make an attack roll for a nice little 11 plus 9 plus 1 for the gauntlet. So 21 against its AC, I guess. It's a touch attack spell. Yes.
Touch attack should be against AC. And with the 21, you exactly hit it. As you reach outward, the first blast of electrical energy already, like getting it a little bit off guard, as you grasp with your gauntlet, this time touching the electrical energy permeating his body. You can see the doughy, red, clay-like exterior begin to ripple as a painful gurgle comes from its mouth.
I exactly hit it. Ooh, 21 AC is pretty high. Nice. All right. I was like, that's an easy hit, but nope. I rolled an 11 and an 8, though, for 19 damage.
Ooh,
as
nice.
It just crackles and blasts beyond him. Pieces of burned, shape-shifting flesh just being crisped off and falling off. Like little pieces of, you know when you're burning meat too hard and you just have these pieces of burnt flesh all across the pan? That's him.
Indeed. And I can add to this that he does not like it. Next to that, when you fall further than 5 feet, you just take half of the distance you fell as fall damage. So you have taken 10 points of damage, Tarush, I'm afraid.
Okay. No, that's okay.
All right. At which point, the different scums that are standing at the ready, just having crawled out of the sewer systems, and now that you are having a nice little view of the street, this really does seem to be an ambush at broad daylight. As you can see on both sides of the street, different civilians just being gasped, already someone shouting towards the guards. This is supposed to be a quick and dirty assassination. An assassination that these scum will now try to realize, as the Faceless Stalker, already damaged quite heavily by both electrical attacks, just takes a step backward, gurgles towards them. Kill him! As 3 bolts are coming in your direction, Tarush.
No, but like I'm pretty nice guy.
You are a pretty nice guy. But there are, however...
No, you're not, Tarush. You're a grade A dick is what you are. You're such a douche.
Well, you know what the thing is?
But how do you really feel, Ave? So, with that...
You know what the thing is? I'm flat-footed because I'm prone. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. A 22 to hit.
Hit.
A 14 to hit.
Hit. No, sorry. Why
miss?
am I saying this? Miss. Yeah.
All right, and an 18 to hit.
Exactly. Yeah, hit.
All right.
I don't
Because
have my
you
armor on. It changes
Right.
things.
Because you are flat-footed, you also take increased sneak attack damage from these beings, which comes to a total of exactly 10 hit points of damage for both hits. All right. And with that, they are going to reload with their second action and then try for another volley towards you, Tarush. All of the bolts are coming your way. It seems that you were the first target. Let's see here.
Oh no, I stood on the wrong side of him.
2 14s to hit
Miss.
and a 20 to hit.
Hit.
All right, so this is going to be it. So with that, ooh, yeah, that's a 7 on the die. So you take a total of, and a 3, so that's 10 points of total damage.
I am unconscious.
Oh no. I was checking. I don't have any healing potions. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I might have
You
one.
get a healing word from Savage Combat Smurfs.
I have 2 healing potions, but it's...
Yeah, but I would have to spend an action to find them on your body, and then I'd have to pour them down your throat.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But still, you would know that Tarush has some healing capabilities on his person. You had bought like a couple of healing potions and distributed them around all of you. However, with that, the volley does hit true as different bolts fuck, and Tarush just begins to like crumble down, not able to combat, bleeding out slowly. We go to Olam.
I don't know. Yeah, I want to agree with Crystal in chat that Savage Combat Smurf might be Ave in disguise, but on the other hand, Savage Combat Smurfs did heal me. So, like, I'm torn on this hypothesis.
I would let Tarush die, because I really, really fucking hate that character, man.
But you were just searching for healing potions on yourself,
No,
so...
it was a consideration.
Okay.
I was checking because I did have one, but I do believe that I took it at some point because I was really low. Because I'm the tank and I take a lot of damage.
Sure. So, I'm jumping down. I can't fall prone because I'm a cat.
Nice. All right, I will have to have you make a like basically what we're saying here, like fall damage, it just happens. So technically, you would just have to take 10 points of damage because you fell down.
I also take half fall damage.
Wait.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
literally not sure if you're joking or not. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
it's not a joke. I am
Probably it's a
unlucky.
backseat thing, yeah.
All right, so you have no time to waste, Olam. You are hasted. You quickly jump down, just land, feeling a little bit of oomph in your legs, but still 5 points of damage is the only things that happen to you right now. You still have 3 actions left because you are hasted.
And I'm going to start up my Inner Radiant Torrent. Yeah. Inner
All right.
Radiant Torrent. And I'm going to do that for 2 whole turns, so I'm going to warm it up and then.
All right, so you are charging your Kamehameha Blast once again.
Yeah.
Very well. All right, as you begin to slowly coalesce the energies of the galaxy itself, turning it into this sparkling red, orange, and yellow bolts of radiant energy. That is all you do for now. But what does Edge do? Oh, no, wait. Before we get to Edge, we have the artifact that begins to swirl into different energies. The first one...
Reset the music.
We have 2 heals for
Breaking
Tarush.
roll 20.
Yep. There we go. First off, as Buddy is clearly distraught by what is happening here on the streets, his small little fish claws over the railing as it just peers down towards the onslaught, seeing one of its friends, Tarush, felled by other friends of his, a convincing illusion shows up as his mind is a little bit clouded as he now sees the different scum standing there for what is really going on. Not free like he is, but mind controlled, as he can almost see different tentacles going from the back of their mind all the way up into the sky, where this vast fish seems to float in the air, 3 red eyes, as he looks towards the shepherd, who is controlling all his companions. And the sadness turns into rage as his claws begin to pierce the wood of the railing. As this is going on, the artifact also sends out 2 whiffs towards Tarush to quickly turn the tide of this battle, as Tarush is healed a total of, because you guys are level 3 right now, 10, 20, 25 hit points. Almost completely getting him back up to full.
I have 26 hit points total, so that's pretty funny.
Let's get him all the way back up to 25, as the different wounds that you had sustained by the different bolts, one by one, your body begins to push out all of these bolts until you only have a couple of pinpricks left in your body, still wounded, still feeling the hurt, but invigorated enough by the magic of the artifact so you can continue this combat.
I knew that when it comes down to it, the chat loves to hate him enough to save him.
And it seems that the scum, being enslaved, of course, by the Aboleth, do not dodge the wrath of the artifact. Because as this is happening, it seems that all the warmth that entered your body was stolen from one of the scum, as a bolt of ice energy jettons forward, and one of them takes 12 points of cold damage, almost taking him all the way to the brink of death itself. Alright, with that being done, we now go to Edge. And I need to get a snack.
So I'm gonna tell the daddy what I'm gonna do when the daddy is away from the computer. That's awesome.
Just do it and take all the damage you imagine.
So I rolled 2 nat 20s on my flurry of blows.
Are you for real?
No, of course not. You fucking walked away. You were like, Edge, you're up, and then you walked away. Pop, pop, flurry of blows. First one does not hit. It's a natural 1.
You are correct.
Second one's a fucking natural 1. We have talked about this, sir. You were doing so well.
The pain of being bombarded by different bolts is nothing to Tarush than the pain of him having told people not to hit, and then see you not once but twice hit the doughy demeanor of this faceless stalker, and your fist just sinking into it a little bit. You can still hear Tarush groan on the ground like, ugh.
All right, I get it, shut up! And I'm gonna do my electric blast. Do I apply the multi-attack penalty even though none of my attacks hit yet?
Do you make an attack roll? If so, the answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay. 12?
12. This time, the dough-like flesh of this faceless stalker, already singed by your electrical energy once before, you try to push out your hand, but before you can, it grabs your wrist, pulls it upward, and your lightning just goes wide into the air as you see these deep, black, hollow abysses just stare into your very being, way too close for comfort as it begins to gets its hand ready.
Is he grappling me?
Oh wait, fuck! I missed. No, this is just flavor. I missed the Faceless Stalker's turn. So he's gonna have 2 turns in a bit.
Oh
Then
yeah, you
I am
did.
going to walk around him to there. Oh fuck, that's gonna make me flat-footed. For those fuckers. Okay, I'm gonna go to there. And...
That's
hiss
your
at
turn
the
then.
scum.
Sorry?
I'm gonna hiss at the scum. Just-
Consider the scum his stat.
I'm gonna hiss at my dice.
Alright, so as I forgot the bastard's turn last time, the Faceless Stalker is now going to have 2 turns where it is just going to unleash an onslaught of attacks on let's see, the 2 people that have targeted him before. So I will just say 1 round of attacks goes to Tarush, and the other round of attacks goes to Edge. Let's go with Tarush first.
Tarush wakes up and sees claws coming at him.
Indeed, as doughy appendages turn into razor-sharp claws and then begin to rake at you for a 30 total, a
30?
18 to hit, and a 12 to hit.
To me?
No, to Tarush.
Oh no!
That's a crit, a hit, and a miss.
Crit, a hit, and a miss. Full empty, full empty, full empty. All right, let's see how this goes.
Oh god.
Let's see. That is 19.
No, don't double the 19.
No. I'm just counting things up. That is 19. 19 plus. No, wait. I'm being stupid. Oh fuck. Okay, I completely did it wrong. Need to do it again. Excuse me. Let's see.
Oh my god, you're killing me.
Oh, you're
I'm sorry.
Dungeon Daddy, how dare you?
No, it's me.
Okay,
I
so
don't blame
that's
him for being wrong. I'm just like
7.
suspense. Oh.
So, where is the fricker? 17 plus 6, 23.
Huh?
23 points total damage.
I have 2 HP left. Yes.
Alright. The second round of attacks, going towards Edge. Let's see. Okay, first one, a 30 to hit again.
Is 10 above your AC a critical hit?
Yes.
Right, so,
Critical.
alright. The second one is only going to be a 13.
No, miss.
And the last one, even lower, a 7.
Yeah, misses.
Alright, so you only take the critical hit. Whew, which is going to be doubled, so that is 21.
I'm okay. I'm hurt, but I'm okay.
Alright. Those were its turns, as Lyra is taking a long look at the battlefield, and let's see, what is she gonna do today? Yes, she is going to cast Agonizing Despair. Let's see. Alright, so it will be, as an enchantress, Lyra can only basically cast spells with like emotional and like auditory things, so it will be a little bit easier for the Faceless Stalker to thwart it, but nevertheless, she will go ahead and try.
I feel like I have to put the chat on my Instagram now. You take dick, and everyone's like, "Is that surprising though?"
Yeah, it's called sarcasm, people. Come on. Jesus Christ.
I'm dying.
In the meantime, it seems that the one that is dying is actually the Faceless Stalker, because it fails its save but only 2 points. So Lyra stands there. One action, she turns towards Buddy and just goes, "Look, my dear friend, I have no idea if you can understand me at this point, but it's time you make a choice which side you are fighting for. I know mine. You there, Faceless Abomination. Your master is losing any and all allies it has. Even sending you out in the midst of day. You have no chance of survival, let alone victory. Just lie down and die." But those words carry with it the energy of an enchantress, which actually deals damage. Not a lot. Only 9 points of damage. But it does seem to frighten the Faceless Stalker, as its demeanor is slowly but surely getting more dire. You can see its shoulders hunch over a little bit, almost looking like a cornered animal becoming frightened. That is its turn, at which point Buddy, turning into a actual spellcaster, instead of just making him a first level spellcaster, because you guys had completed the ritual with a critical amount of successes, I will say that he is basically promoted towards a second level, what I created, Scum Crystal Priest. So basically the same stat block as you saw and combated before in the sewer systems of Farwater. And being a Scum Crystal Priest, he takes a look at you, Tarush, and with one hand outstretched, you can hear his gurgle go in a similar way that the Scum Crystal Priest in the sewers had its vocal cords strengthened and its very sounds being able to damage or heal. It casts Soothe on you.
Buddy!
So, let's see here.
Thank God he's not smart enough to know what Tarush thinks of him.
Yeah, thank God, Tarush.
Let's see here. All
You
right,
don't
so
deserve
me,
his
11.
kindness.
So you heal a total of 9 hit points, and you gain a +2 status bonus to saves against mental effects for 1 minute.
Ooh!
9 hit points and +2 against mental
To
effects.
all mental effects. All right. And with his last turn, he will just stand there and be sad for his friends. At which point, we go to Tarush.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of like, the thing is, I have this nice area attack that I wanted to use before Edge got there. Edge, what's your fortitude like?
I think like a +8.
Yeah. Tarush will try not to escalate things, so he's gonna do something good. Tarush will use...
You can knock me out all you want, as long as you apologize as soon as I wake up so I don't have to break your nose again.
Okay, that's
Oh
fair.
my god,
Then-
I hate that you're thinking about it.
Then I will actually take some better positioning before doing it. So Tarush rolls over to here as his first action.
Fabida.
Just kind. Well, rolling implies that Tarush he's very strong, but he's not very graceful. So he more like just kind of pushes away and slaps away the fucking Faceless and slides towards a better position as he goes. And there's this sandy blast just erupting from his mouth as the crystal on his staff, held by 2 stainless steel dragons, lights up, and the sand just blasts forth, and I use Gritty Wheeze, and everyone needs to make a fortitude save.
All right.
So including Edge.
God. And the 2 scum standing behind there?
Yeah,
I'm figuring?
So it's all of them. So it's a cone. So all except the lefternmost scum.
Yes. All right. So the 2.
Me too?
No.
The 2 scum have a 12 and an 11 on their saving throws, respectively.
Nice.
the Faceless Stalker getting away a little bit better with a 20 total.
20 isn't fuck. Okay.
22.
Nice.
Hey.
All right, so that means let me get my, it's not a lot of damage, but that's not the point. Let me get my d4s out. So that would be 2 and 3, that's 5. So 2 damage on Edge and the Stalker.
Okay.
And 5 damage on the 2 Scum, and they are also dazzled for 1 round.
All right.
Sorry, what was the damage to me?
2.
Okay, cool.
The Scum standing behind Edge, already being assailed by the artifact as cold damage pretty much rattled its body. With a failure on the save, that'll be enough to actually knock it out as the Sandblast just knocks it on its ass, unable to get back up. The other one, dazzled and quite hammered by it as it begins to try and get like the dry sand out of its eyes, getting ready to try and unleash another bolt at anyone if it can find the target.
And dazzled is beautiful because it just like everything's concealed from it. I love it. All right. That would be my turn at this point. I want to do more, but
Can always get what you want.
There's never enough actions in a turn.
Alright. This time around, as you, Tarush, are standing behind their ally, and Edge also being someone that has done quite a little bit of damage, I think the 2 Scum are going to try and hit Edge. So, first off, they need to reload, shoot, and reload again, so they only get 1 attack each. So the first one is Dazzled. They'll try and shoot at Edge. That will be enough. That's a 14 on the die, so it is capable of like swirling towards Edge and try to hit it. The to hit, however, is only going to be a 13. So even though it could point in your general direction, but not well enough to actually hit you. The second one is exactly the same roll, a 13 to hit again.
Yeah. No.
So both bolts miss. As Olam, charging up your bolts, what do you do?
Yeah, well, Edge is kind of in the way, but I already prepared.
Well, you are hasted, so you have 1 additional action, so you could actually walk and then use 3 other actions to blast your thingy, I will say.
That's okay.
It's not completely what the spell says, but I'll give it to you.
No, that's fine. Then I'm going to stand over here so I can hit the Faceless Stalker and the nut body Scum. There you go.
Very good.
So they have to make a basic reflex save.
Basic reflex. The Scum rolls a total of 17.
That doesn't make it, no.
And the Faceless Stalker, ooh! That's a 4 on the die, for a total of 13.
Doesn't make it, but it is not.
Alright, so both failed their save.
Then I will roll 8d4.
Oh shit!
I only have 7, so I have to reroll 1.
Which is allowed.
It is dead. I think I missed some. I need to have. Well, actually, okay. So, rumble. These are 3 4s. 8, 12, 15, 16, 18, 19, and 3 is 21.
21.
Damage.
Alright, so as your hasted movement allows you to shift your weight to the other side, the Faceless Stalker just having enough time to see you, but not enough time to jump out of the way, you can see its arms go upward as you blast it with a bolt of concentrated galaxy starlight energy, going past the Faceless Stalker, completely evaporating the Scum that is standing behind it. As the blast subsides, you can still see the bastard is breathing.
Oh, and I become shining. So
Ooh.
if he ends his turn in my area, adjacent to me, he gets 1 force damage.
All right. So your aura is just emanating. I think that's for Tarush as well, right? I think that's for everybody.
It says creature, so yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So everybody that is standing next to Olam, after she bursted a ball of energy, you can see that all of the different stars on her fur are now alight with red, orange, yellow light, and the force itself begins to burn off of her into all of your general directions.
I'm sorry, so what is the effect?
If you end your turn next to Olam, you get damage.
Okay.
Edge, what do you do?
Don't we have the artifact first?
Oh, we do indeed. Excuse me.
We have 3 artifact
We
things.
have some healing.
Yeesh. All right, so the artifact, still pulsing with green fourth wall breaking energy, sends out a couple of whiffs. First off, Tarush, seeing that you are almost dead on the ground, a green shield envelops you, basically just strengthening the armor set that you are already wearing. But next to that, 2 different bolts of healing come both your and Edge's way, healing each of you for 7 hit points.
He had 25 last round. What the hell, man?
It's 3d6. You're level 3. It's a d6 per level. Sometimes a little bit more.
Okay.
I rolled 2 1s and a 5 this time.
Well, I'm over half.
Also
again,
for me?
so I'm happy.
Yes, 7 hit points.
7 hit points. Nice. I'm happy with that. So
Okay.
+5 to AC for the rest of the round?
For the next attack
For
that
next-
comes your way. Next
Right.
attack that comes your way.
Well, since I can't hit the doughy boy, I'm gonna walk over there. Hop, hop, hop! Flurry of blows.
Whack, whack.
That is 21 for the first hit.
Hits.
Oh, that sucks a little bit. 11 for the second.
11 misses, I'm afraid.
Okay. Stunning strike on the first one. Needs to make a fort save.
For which he rolls a 15.
4 damage, and he does not make a save, so he loses 1 action on his next turn.
Nice.
And while I'm there, I'm gonna try to shoot some more lightning at that ugly motherfucker.
Very good.
Please roll high. Ooh, 19?
19 misses, I'm afraid.
All right, that bastard has 21 for each.
Yeah.
I was really close with like an 8 on my multi-attack penalty.
I'm sorry. Like the light energy Olam only did damage. It didn't like dazzle or blind or do anything else to this creature. Just damage. Right.
No, it would have blinded if it had a critical fail, but it hadn't.
Ah, okay. In that case, still looking very bad. It just turns around, sees Edge come towards it with its electrical energy once again, already learning the pattern that Edge needs to charge it up before they unleash it. It can just dodge out of the way, almost hitting you, Olam, as the electrical bolt just whizzes by your head into the wall behind you. But it has dodged.
Sorry. That's it. I
Very well.
attacked twice and I moved. So.
At which moment, the Faceless Stalker looks down towards you, Tarush, and just goes... No, wait! Edge, I completely forgot. Lyra gave the Faceless Stalker, because it failed, Frightened 2, so its AC is lessened by 2, so a 19 exactly hits.
Oh, yay! Okay!
Because it was scared.
Yay! Alright. That's again a 1 on the die, so he gets 2 more damage.
2 more damage.
Yay!
How do you want to do this? At 2 hit points left.
No way!
At exactly 2 hit points.
So
I'm not making this up.
I just pummeled the scum a little bit, and I turn around and I charge up my energy, and I see it already looming over Tarush, and I'm just like, he better deserve this, and I let it go, and his head explodes.
Tarush, you are laying there on the ground, once again seeing the clay-like demeanor of the Faceless Stalker turn its doughy hand to a sharp claw. With the last little bit of energy, it just goes... For the Master, I give my life for yours. As it is trying to go pierce through the shield of the artifact, it tries to push through, at which point you hear and the face explodes. Different fleshy, dough-like bits are luckily bouncing off of the shield, not hitting you, keeping you clean. At which point the rest of the body bounces off of the shield, lands next to you, completely spent.
Tarush at this point is just leaning against the side of the wall, still like kind of sitting, more like, as he watches this happen. He's like, oh, they're gonna keep talking about this for hours.
At which point you can see that the last scum, their leader dead, just takes one step back and jumps back into the entrance to the sewers as it gets away, swimming away swiftly.
Can
And
I
each and
try
every
to
one of
stop
you-
it from doing that?
Do you have attacks of opportunity?
No.
In that case, I'm afraid it's gone. But as it leaves the battlefield, all of you heaving and hoeing, a couple of civilians come walking towards you, checking if you are all right. A couple of moments later, you can already hear the shaking of chainmail armor as different silver sentinels comes towards the scene. But for now, this assassination attempt has been thwarted. And we go ahead and take a little break.
Fuck yeah, Shepard.
Oh, bah, 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 bah.
I got you. We got
In
you.
your face, savage combat
Yeah.
smurfs! But also, thank you very much for the heals. I very much appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah. And a very nice little story moment, making this the baptism in fire of Buddy, the crystal priest that is now capable enough of aiding you guys in combat, and has now also seen the rest of the scum are just slaves to the shepherd.
Can I be honest? I can just see the rest of the party. Jack being like, oh, they'll be fine. And Cohen being like, no, I'm too depressed. So
Yeah,
it's
Cody's just like, holding his knees on his bed, just rocking back
Yeah,
and forth.
just feet-
Just like,
in this fetus
what did I
position,
do?
yeah,
What
fetal
did I do?
position, yeah.
What did I do?
But like, I love what happened to. Oh crap! And after the break, you get a loot box because of the beautifulness of our Lord Hideko.
Thank you, Nideko.
Yeah, I think this is I think this is very well because I love this. Savage Combat Smurf, you have opened up an entire new avenue with what you have done right now, because right now you have basically put Buddy in a position that he might very well be the next leader of the scum, learning that his people are being enslaved.
Yeah. You did not derail anything. That was
this is
awesome.
good fucking storytelling, all because of you.
Crystal, Afe, I'm just looking at you. We're getting a loot box. We, us three, are getting a loot box.
Getting a loot box.
Yeah.
Yeah. No work, no play.
Nuh-uh.
You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
clock in, you don't get paid. That's how it works.
No play, no pay. No money,
Collaborative.
sugar cook. Yeah.
Collaborative storytelling, and of course, stabbing people that didn't come to the session in the back. This is all what tabletop RPGs are about.
Exactly.
See you guys in 15 minutes.
See you soon. Bye.
Hi, bye.
Hey, 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 hey.
And we're back. So, to jump back into this beautiful game that we just left off. Last we left off, as you were making yourselves ready and trying to tack off all of the different things still on your to-do list before you could go ahead and confront the big bad evil guy, the shepherds, the fish abomination known as an aboleth who is spreading dark magics throughout the city of Farwater. One of these things that you wanted to tack off is see what could be done with Buddy, one of the minions previously of the shepherd, a fish goblinoid sort of creature known as a scum that you turned friend, and who you now tried to learn some magics, performing a ritual with Buddy that seemed very, very fruitful, turning him into an actual capable magic caster. However, the chat, realizing what has done, immediately provided a test for Buddy, as a scum raid was bought, and the Shepherd sent out multiple minions to combat you and Buddy alike. Buddy, realizing through this encounter that the Shepherd had basically enslaved all of the scum, realizing that you are the ones that are free, and he must align himself with the likes of you to see if he can free his people. You were eventually victorious, with Edge being the one that electrically made the head of a faceless stalker explode into a nice bundle of pieces on the streets of Farwater itself. The somewhat clear but cloudy sky giving a nice little cold breeze as the adrenaline begins to slowly subside from all of you. Different civilians coming to look on how you defended yourself from this assassination attempt, as for a moment you jump back into action as you can see the dough-like, clay-like body of the Faceless Stalker begin to swell for a moment, as all of you instinctively grab your weapons again, not sure of what is about to happen. Eventually, the dough bursts open and just peels away as a beautiful wooden chest is made apparent within the body of the Faceless Stalker. Magically, you see a small whiff of energy from the artifact go towards the lock of this chest, and you hear the chest open up.
Before we get to the loot, I would very much like the healing word that Sarah Gravian gave me.
Very well. Another whiff of energy also alleviates a lot of the pain that Edge is currently feeling, with a total of 10 points of healing.
Ooh, yay! Oh, I'm almost back on top. Thank you!
Alright, so, with that being said, you have standing before you a loot box, bestowed to you by none other than one of our viewers, Nideko. Thank you very much for that.
What in the name of the 11 fucking divines? Oh.
I'm gonna rush over to the chest and I'm gonna use my staff to try and carefully open the lid a little bit. Okay,
Seems
so it's
to
not
be
trapped.
okay.
Okay, I just kind of like, you'll have potions, right? Sort of like in the direction of Tarush while I go look what's in this chest.
Alright, so for the sake of this, because this is a random loot box, we are going to roll on some tables and just see what kind of niceties you find. So let's start off nice and easy. Tarush, I have brought this back to only d20s that need to be rolled, so we can all roll them in chat right now.
Alright.
As we start with 2 d20s, and add those numbers together, and that will be the total number of gold pieces that you have found within this chest.
Let's see if I can't just immediately turn that into... No, let's just do it separately and not make it complicated.
Yeah.
That is a 3 and a 17 for a total of 20.
Total of 20.
Nice.
All right. So, Edge, you take out a small little pouch, and as you open it up, you find an assortment of different copper, silver, and gold pieces amounting to this very amount. However, beneath it, we see some other shiny things. Because this box will also have 2 one-time use magical items and 1 permanent magical item. So for that, we first need 2 d20s to get ourselves some nice little usable items.
All right. 1 is...
1?
No. Number 1 is in the 11.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, very nice. You open it up and you see in a small glass case that a small little, it seems like a carved piece of wood in the form of a feather, and as you take it out, we will just skip forward a little bit as you eventually would also identify these items. As you find a bird feather token. So let me get that up.
That's the one-time magical use?
Yeah, that's one of the one-time magical uses.
Okay.
But I need to... There we go. Feather token. Feather token bird. When activated, this token transforms into a small sparrow that waits on your finger for you to relay a message up to 1 minute in length, along with the name and rough location of the recipient. The recipient must be someone you have met, and the location must be somewhere you have visited. After receiving the message, the bird flies off to deliver it, traveling at 30 miles per hour, and then searching for the target and the location you provided. If the bird finds the target, it moves adjacent to them, your words emanate from the bird, and the bird then flies off and vanishes. So it's basically a one-time messenger that you can use, and it can fly for up to 10 hours.
That's beautiful.
So you could, could relay a message for up to 300 miles away, which is very nice because you guys, well, you don't have like magical means yet to quickly communicate with different people, so this will come in very handy.
I love it.
All right, and the next one
was a 12.
A 12.
The one right after.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh! As you open up and a small little vial is found within it, with a clear label on it. And as you begin to shake the concoction around a little bit, you can already see that it is a almost metallic fluid, completely silver in its origin, and the label reads that it is a quicksilver mutagen of the moderate variety. So ingesting this will give you a nice little bonus to basically all different things dexterous, including attack rolls, speed, while also giving you a little bit of a penalty to your hit points and your fortitude, I think. But nevertheless, a nice little boon to have as well. But then, and only then, we need to roll another d20 to realize what kind of permanent magical item is added to the
Are
party.
you posting these in Discord as well for us?
Yeah, I will eventually post all of these.
I'm writing them down.
Cool. Okay, last roll is a 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Very easily done. As you find within the chest a small stone, a nice little polished stone slab. Tarush, you would know these kinds of things. Different kinds of equipment can be enchanted by so-called runes. Reusable, unbound, normative enchantments. Basically, different enchantments that can be put and removed. Yeah, I thought this through. It works.
Yeah, it was like...
things, yeah. Reusable, unbound, so it's both like you can use it on different places and you can take it from different things. Normative enchantments, because it's like a basic kind of enchantment. And this is one of these rune stones that carries one of these enchantments. Taking a look at it with a quick little what you call it, translation, it roughly translates to a shadow rune. So basically this could be put onto a set of magical armor to increase stealth capabilities.
All right.
So I think a edge or a crow.
I don't wear armor.
Though, you are still technically wearing armor. Namely, you are wearing adventurer's clothes, which basically just counts as a set of armor for the purposes of these sorts of things.
Well,
so you could try to enchant your normal clothes, and then put this on.
But first, we need to enchant it.
Yes.
So I will take this because I think my plate armor is the most stealth. What's the word? Let's put it incapacitating type of armor. So shadow ruin.
Yes.
Is that okay with the two of you?
Fine by me.
But either way, we have to enchant it first, so it's of no use to anyone right now.
Also, Crowan ain't here. Crowan ain't getting shit.
Yeah, so basically when you would put these this rune on a set of armor, you get a +1 item bonus to stealth checks while wearing the armor. However, you have a basic enchantment that needs to be put on the armor first. So you have just like you guys now have weapons that are +1, right? So you can hit more easily with them. That is like a prerequisite to get all kinds of special enchantments on those weaponry.
Yeah, exactly.
The same applies to armor. So you would first have to buy like the basic armor enchantment, which gives you more defense, and then that opens up a slot for one of these shadow runes, for example, that is a specific kind of thing.
Okay, so if I may make a suggestion, Olam, Edge, we go get our payment from the captain, we get our stuff enchanted, and the next session we're like, hey, Maxime, hey, Vincent. No?
I mean, sure, but Olam wanted to do something after breakfast, which would be
Olam
right
still has a
around
thing
now.
as well. That's fair.
Yeah, it hasn't any rush or something. You know, if we want to steal money in front of our other people, I'm fine.
No. Let's put the actual role-playing relevant things first.
It's difficult to divide 20 gold by 3, though.
I'll just take a little more.
Unless Edge wants to also incorporate an Edge tax like Tarush does, and just give each of you 5 gold and keep 10 for themselves.
Would that be considered taking the edge off?
Yes, it would.
But okay, so
Or I can give you all 6.
So Edge starts
And keep
looting
8
and
for
dividing,
myself.
as the rest of us, or at least Tarush, is still feeling the wounds. I cannot wait until we have killed the shepherd.
Yes, we should really go do that sometime. But I first want to do something myself.
Will you need us for this?
Well, you can help search. I did a thing. I'm not sure if I told you guys about this already. But you know Saloon?
The goddess.
Yes?
The one you are in touch with.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, apparently there's more. So there's something that is someone, I think, that I've met. It is multiple stars together, and we are friends now. But I think I want to see if Sorel maybe have something that could tell me if there is more out there than that I know with the stars and everything that is out there.
Well, historically, we have been assigning gods to the lights we see in the sky, but
yeah, but they didn't have a name. I gave a name to them because they didn't have one yet.
Oh.
So I don't think it's like Saloon, but maybe it is, but it wasn't really found by anyone yet. But then I found it, and now we are friends.
I have urgent duties to attend to on behalf of my superiors within the Cerulean Circle, as I explained last night, but I wish you all the best.
Yes. Don't I can go to you if I'm done with looking. But I'm not sure if you want.
Perhaps I do. Simply wait here. I do not know where life takes me. I shall find out what is required of me and come back to collect whatever I need.
Okay. And you, Edge, what are you going to do?
Edge is just like counting out the money. What?
Well, I am going to search in that thing from Sorel, where he has all that books. And he is going to see what he has to do. But I was wondering what you are going to do. Do you want to join? You can help me look, but if you don't want to, that's okay.
I can definitely help you look, but I don't know if the Lake House Library is the best place to look for answers.
Well, I don't know really where to look if I am not going to look there.
Much as I hate to admit it, Edge has a point. Oh.
Perhaps we could set up a ritual so you can talk to your god and
Or-
ask her.
Or the library of the Cerulean Circle. It has less folklore, probably, but more scientific and properly examined material to investigate. I'm sure I could get you access with a bit of luck.
I do have some writing that I wanted to get to. I suppose I could find a quiet spot in the library and work on that while you go look.
So, okay, a lot of words. We are going to the Cerulean Circle then. Yes?
Yes, they have a lot of books that are
of not the folklore, but the other thing.
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Think of it.
Easier to find information and better information when we find it.
Think of it as the difference between one would be a story told from generation upon generation. Valuable. But the details will get muddled over time. That would be the lake house. The Cerulean Circle would be more of a scientific method. 1 + 1 = 2.
Small words, Derish. Small words.
Scientific.
We'll go with you to the library.
I will search for startings, and if I don't find it there, I will just ask shh.
Yes. Ask. And Tarush looks over at Edge in a moment of confusion. Shh. Yes.
Yes.
And I give each of them 6 gold. I'm gonna keep 8 for myself.
Nice.
Oh.
6 gold pieces.
Hey, I've
this-
been tipping a lot of people, okay?
No. This is perfect. Hey, Wouter, while we're at the Cerulean Circle, I want to buy access or someone to give me a scroll or let me write down Adamus Mine, a 2nd level spell. It will come in... Oh, no! Never mind. It's only a cult.
Oh,
Never mind.
That's me.
big sad.
Yeah, very sad.
Big sad.
It would be perfect. It's a mental mind against mental abilities. I was like, oh, this could be perfect against the shepherd.
Alas.
But, alas. All right, let's head towards the Cerulean Circle.
All right. Your companion Lyra says, well, as I am a previous employee of the Cerulean Circle, but no longer employed by them, I will stay here and make sure that Zarel and the rest of the lake house know of whatever this mess was and what has transpired. I don't really feel like showing my face in their offices just yet.
I do not either. But in the meantime, perhaps you find a nice place for us to dine this evening.
Oh, I already have. Don't you worry about that. Now, go do your business at the Cerulean Circle. I will take care of things here.
I just shout up to the window, "You did great, buddy!" And I give him a thumbs up and I throw him a ration. Yeah.
Doesn't understand what he's actually doing, but
It's fine, he did so
Apparently-
good, I'm so proud of him.
like the next times that Buddy will be eating together with you, he will give him thumbs up as like enjoy your meal. All right. So, with that being that, you guys, I will say that this conversation had already taken place after you basically talk the civilians down, give your report to the Silver Sentinels that will get back to the captain eventually,
Flashed
who
our
are still...
little badge.
Sorry?
Flashed our little badge.
Flash your yellow badge, and eventually this conversation took place within the lake house as Buddy and Lyra stay here, and the rest of you go towards the Cerulean Circle offices a little bit to the northeast of your current
You want me
location.
to pull up the battle map?
No, it's okay. It's okay. As you make your way there, eventually you once again find this large cerulean, who would have thunk, spire rising up from the ground. And as you walk forward and you open the door, you can see that indeed the inside of this tower is way, way larger than the exterior. And as you take a couple of steps in this beautiful establishment, let's get a little bit other ambience going, a little bit more high and noble and stuff. You take a step, you see once again the counter. Squeeze me.
No worries.
Where is it? There we go. The counter standing in front of you, and behind it, like a large plaque with engraved upon it the actual cerulean circle, with in Draconic all the different schools of magic one by one, depicted in very primal Draconic glyphs. You can see that behind, to the left, a open office space where all different kinds of quote-unquote cubicles are at the ready, different scribes scribbling away at whatever tasks they have at hand. And to your right, behind the counter, you see one path leading all the way to the back with different meeting rooms and the like, and eventually also turning up into the actual office spaces of the different, somewhat higher placed individuals. And as you take a step forward, you see a somewhat familiar face. Another high elf who you spoke here before, by the name of Mira, who seemingly still remembers you a little bit after your last conversation and pipes up. Very well. Good afternoon, Tarush. Welcome back to the Cerulean Circle. Of course, these were your companions. What can the Cerulean Circle do for you today?
Mira, I hope you fared better than our previous meeting.
Business keeps
I speak not
evolving.
of business, I speak of your candidness at work.
Well, I'm trying to get as much done as possible, of course, and I'm hoping that perhaps if I once again could prove my services to a silver dragon, looking towards you, Tarush, the basically title of your noble house, perhaps that might aid in some leniency. So what can I do for all of you?
So Tarush kind of leans over on the table, gets in a bit close, like not too close, but you know, there's a close, and says,
I'm sure that you're capable of proving yourself. But for now...
sorry, I'm just smiling at her.
Yeah. She just goes like, prove in what way?
Your enthusiasm
She
in
swallows.
finding Neil Hestus for me.
You can see that she is a little bit disappointed. Right. The Atlas Hestus appointed to you. Just a moment, please. And she puts down the papers that she was working with a little bit too hard, like, and walks to the office spaces.
I would like to record to show that Edge is trying so hard not to mess with Tarush right now. This is yeah.
Go ahead and make a will save for me, Edge. Natural 1?
Dying here.
I will say then, as you
For a
step
total
forward,
of 8.
as you step forward to fuck with Tarush, a image does flash your mind that at least gives you a little bit of pause and allows you to not do this. As you think back on the conversation that you had with Tarush last night, where you saw his defeated, like, groveling demeanor, even while he wasn't even in the same room with his uncle, but just telepathically speaking to it, as you saw Tarush get small and downtrodden, as Tarush later explained how he was basically, well, let's
Edge
just say
wasn't there for that. Edge walked away with Sorel before Tarush mentioned anything about why he looked that way.
No, you walked away before he explained it, but you did see him like
but
that.
you did see it.
Yeah.
So I will say, I will make an executive decision, and for the sake of the brevity of the session, you will not fuck with Tarush right now
Yeah, no,
because you're
I
still
was not
wondering.
gonna fuck with him. I want to so bad, but I wasn't gonna do it. It's just, out of all the images that could flash before my mind, that one would not stop me from fucking with Tarush.
Fair. However, as this thought
This would
process,
be the like kick him while he's down, but then it's like, no, we made a promise to the rest of the fucking group. Just.
I don't know, Abe, you're kind of tempting me to see how far I can push it here.
No.
Boy. Keep in mind,
For the
guys,
love you have for me as a friend, Charlie, please, for the love of God.
we're a nice, wholesome party of friends, all working along, getting along. So, Edge, you don't have the actual time to get to a nice conclusion with your thoughts because only a few moments later.
I just start focusing on Nox. I just start
Very good.
scritching him a bit and feeding him a bit. Maybe try to teach him a trick.
Hell yeah. And as you do so, the appearance of Neil Hestus walks into the room, still wearing his simple but well-made robes of dark blue, the insignia of the Cerulean Circle strapped on one like breast pocket of his, as well as like small depictions of the different stripes that turn him into an analyst of the Cerulean Circle. Late 20s, glasses, short brown hair, kept nicely combed to the side. A man that not only trains his mind but also his body as he fills up his robes nicely, walks forward and with a threat immediately walks towards you, Tarush, shakes your hand and goes, Seeker Don Silvus, glad to have you in our midst once again. What can I do for you?
Yes. Two things. If I may be so bold. My two friends here, if you remember the threat we were facing earlier,
Yes.
we have made immense progress on the matter. In fact, I believe that the threat may soon be conquered by ourselves and collaboration with the Silver Sentinels. But I shall require one thing. I do not like it, and normally I would not condone it, but these two uninitiated shall require access to our biblical knowledge, our librarical,
Yes, that's now a word.
librarical knowledge of astrology and astronomy.
As you say these words, you see first Hestus becoming like alleviated by the good news, but then, of course, as is the way of the world and bureaucracy, nothing is ever easy, and of course, as the good news passes, so also comes a question that is bending the rules a little bit, and he thinks back on the time that you spoke before, where he was already speaking to you of let's not call it personal gain, but just to see like if you and he could come to an arrangement and see if you could like be of benefit to each other within the guild. And as this question comes to him, he gazes over your shoulder where he sees Mira standing there trying to listen in, and he just goes, "Welcome me to one of the offices, please." As you are led towards
hold on.
a
The officers will come. Their need, however, is acute, and they require no knowledge that is forbidden or protected by the Cerulean Circle, I would hope.
make a diplomacy check.
Do not be afraid to put them under supervision. But, of course, the rest of our agreement we shall touch upon in your office.
20. 29. Natural 20
29
for 29.
total. He sighs for a moment and goes, while I would rather have these unorthodox questions discussed behind closed doors, Mr. Don Silvas, very well. As it seems that you have booked great progress within your assignment by the Cerulean Circle, we can see to it that your companions can enter the library, under supervision, of course. It is not unheard of that outsiders are led towards these chambers, but nevertheless, this is not the normal way of how we work within the Farwater offices. So please, next time, let us discuss this more delicately.
I agree.
Could we make a contribution to your beautiful library to soften the blow of this unsubtle suggestion?
Donations are always welcome, although, with all due respect, what kind of donations would you see fit for our offices?
And Tarush turns around and kind of like grinds his teeth a bit.
It needs to be peer reviewed. But there are contributions we can make, in fact. Lil,
And Tarush thinks back to Olam.
didn't we catch you taking something?
Taking?
I have no
what
idea
did
what
I
you're
take?
talking about, Charlie.
I remember we kind of caught Olam taking some books.
No, that wasn't me.
That was me.
Oh, that was.
In the lake
I
house.
would never.
And I put it back.
Oh, my bad. Never mind for that part. I misremembered. My bad.
I'm sure there are some contributions we can make.
I'm gonna
there.
start rummaging in my money pouch, and I'm gonna take out 10 gold.
Like that.
Analyst Hestus holds out his hand.
I give it to him.
Puts it away for now and just goes, the Cerulean Circle thanks you for your patronage. Edge, it was?
Agil Belis.
Agil Belis.
An honor to meet you.
He
Oh,
is a
fuck,
learned
right,
man.
that's my actual
Oh.
name. Shit.
Pardon me, but isn't that a name mostly bestowed upon Drow? All the way up north in Felver?
I want to make a check.
I am indeed from that region. I was trained in a monastery near the spine of the world.
Interesting. A lot of people do find themselves drawn to the Eastern Lotus, which is a nickname of Farwater, eventually. I hope our city is to your liking. We will make sure that this donation is brought to good use.
I swear to the 11. I want to make a check on this.
What would you like to check?
Lore academia, lore warfare, maybe society. Would that be applicable?
Don't tell me which skill you want to roll. What do you want to check? Normal words. And I can decide what kind of roll we need for that.
You said that's a name mostly reserved for Drow. So Tarush, this is new information for Tarush. Potential information he could abuse. So he wants to know what the dealio is behind that. Is that actually a Drow name? And if so, what's the history behind that?
Go ahead and indeed make a society check then for me.
Society. That is 11 plus 9, 20.
20. All right. So a little bit of basic information comes to you with all of this. The province that they are talking about, known as Fellowvale, is all the way up north, behind the spine of the world, all the way to the west of the continent. The basics of this province is that it is very rich in magical energies. Actually, the last campaign took place within one of the large cities of that province, Vremkrist. And within that city, you know that indeed a group of drow lived, and basically their history would be that a long time ago, the drow from beneath the spine of the world, which is this very large mountain chain that spans the entirety of the continent, came up and took up residence within the ever misty swamplands of Fellowvale, and with it Vremkrist. And from there, they basically became a part of the Empire, and the drow, as noble houses, took up arms against their former brethren, basically being charged by the Empire to protect the upper world from the Underdark drow that they split off of.
Okay.
So that's basically what is happening over there. And Agil Belis, yeah, that actually sounds like old, like drow, subterranean, elvish.
All right. Trush is slightly disappointed to hear that this is actually a proper imperial name in that sense. So I'll leave it at that, actually.
Am I not exotic enough for you?
No, you're not criminal enough for me.
Literally a bandit, but okay.
No, I mean, yes, but lineage is more important than actions. So, in that sense...
Maybe you should have paid more attention to me during our Vermilion dinner, then.
Yeah. Maybe I should have. But I didn't.
You should have.
I had so much fun doing
puns. That would have given you a name that you could have actually, learned something from. But
I had so much fun
it was
finding
all about
variations.
You getting drunk.
Yeah.
No, I had so much fun finding variations of red.
Tarush's mind was filled with like the entire spectrum of all the colors of red.
Yeah, that was the entire purpose of that session for me. Okay, so. Yeah, sorry.
Right. So for the sake of this, then, we can say that both Edge and Olam are led towards the library here within the Farwater offices of the Cerulean Circle, while Tarush, you can speak with Hestus about your other deal, I think. So first off, Edge, Olam, what are you trying to research while all this is going on?
Okay, so I want to look and search what the stars might mean. If there's something behind it, or if it's just stars, and if there are more gods and between, yeah.
Like I think maybe that's still too fake, because I'm trying to help. Like, I imagine. You have this huge library on this.
Maybe it's because it's 10:30.
Oh, that's weird.
There we go. I think we're back. Hey, we're back. I think. I think.
Yeah.
I see people moving, and it is me that is moving. All right, so, Olam,
I touched nothing.
just a matter of time, then, I guess. So, Olam, you were trying to do some research into different nebulae, what they could entail, what they could mean. The fuck's up with space, basically.
Yeah,
Edge,
what's space?
Are you trying to aid Olam, or do you have your own research that you
I am 100% trying to aid Olam. Just while she's doing her reading and researching, I'm going to work on that scroll that I mentioned.
Very well. All right, then in that case, I would say go ahead and make me a religion check, both of you. Or you could also just go for perception, but perception will be a higher DC, because then you're just looking and trying to find things.
Also religion.
I will roll a perception because it's way higher than my religion. Ooh! 18 plus 7, 25?
That's a success.
Yay!
Wait, I want to this one. That is 18 plus 7 is 25.
Ooh, turning it into a 26 because of the aid of Edge. As you begin to rummage through the library, you have an assistant with you that's basically just guiding you through everything, making sure that you don't burn it to the ground or whatever. You find different things. First off, you find different texts that go into the basics of the fuck is space. There are different theories even, because even now the actual vastness of what is up there is very difficult for different scholars and the like to actually understand. There are some that believe that eventually it will actually end and you will get to like the edge of our material plane over there and you could cross over into other ones. There are other people that believe that the space is actually the ethereal plane, like the plane, the dimension, if you will, that envelops all the other dimensions. So it's like the filler between all of the different pockets of dimensions. And in so doing, it's also very difficult to come to any real conclusions of what the stars actually are. There are, however, a lot of practicalities that you can find in that the stars do seem to be, if not sentient, at least a source of power. The texts do, however, go into like the different, going a little bit into the occult, finding that those that worship the stars or like try to draw power from them do so in very, very strange ways. The stars seem to be very, basically very different. They, like, for example, there are texts how people try to draw power from the stars, but it is so odd and out of this world that it turns bad and turns different people into aberrations, like basically Cthulhu-esque, Lovecraftian horrors and whatchamacallit, Cronenberg monsters, for example. Those are aberrations. So whatever it is, it seems to be very, very, very far away, both from us physically and from our realm of understanding. But nevertheless, the amount of power that is within it seems to be very vast and very interesting. You also find, with the 26, that there was one individual that was very intrigued, a archmage going by the name of Azarial, who lived in a large mansion within the Gilded Ridges, which is a mountain chain in the province next to you, High Heart, where, for example, also the capital stands and the like the core region of this place. However, that mansion had long been forgotten and abandoned, and Azariel is long, long dead. Because he too was just a man.
I guess. But does that mean that people who try to draw from the stars turn bad, right? Or did I misunderstand that?
There are just you find different texts that just tell you how it went wrong, and when it went wrong, it went in the way of like, for example, if you try to mingle with like divine forces and eventually get wrong, you might, for example, get into the realm that you fuck up the normal cycle of life and you create undead abominations, for example. You have seen different, last episode we talked about how ghosts might be created because certain emotional baggage keeps them from this place. But if it seems that the power from the stars seem to be very strange, very raw energies, that when things go wrong, it turns things into aberrations, into these abhorrent Cronenberg-like monsters, really out of the world, not really akin to anything that you and I as humanoids might know.
Yeah, so this kind of explains the origin of orcs like Jack.
Well, let's not get into those racist comments.
Okay.
That's all that you realize. Right, and as you guys are settled here, we pan just for a little bit to Tarush, who is sitting in the office with Hestus. And for a little bit of abbreviation, Tarush, you ask about the assignment, and Hestus basically tells you that, yes, indeed, it's not really an assignment for you per se. It's more like a plea that Master Jack has pushed out all over the different provinces. It seems that he is a man currently situated within Artelos in Artesia itself, but he's trying to figure out more about different soul-based magics. And for that, he has cast a wide net out to basically anyone that could be of aid to him to find different stones that might be able to hold these souls. He's also given us a little bit of understanding of what kind of gemstones might be suitable for the keeping of soul energy. And because of this assignment, he has left us with some small devices which hold a simple form of the detect magic cantrip. However, this one actually attuned to these sorts of gemstones. Right now, it seems that he has a simple bounty, depending on what kind of powerful soul energy these stones might take. The price ranges from 1 gold piece for a single stone all the way up to 1,000, if one could be found that is powerful enough to keep a lot of soul energy in them.
So, I, Don Silvas, am expected to walk around with a little compass-like creation, looking for soul-holding gems?
It is one of the open assignments that is open to each and every one of the Cerulean Circle seekers. See it as a side quest, if you will.
I understand. But, between you and I, remember what I said to you about, bonding in our ascendance through the ranks?
Indeed.
Let us make a show of this.
What do you propose?
Let's take some time to discuss this. I have several ideas.
And as we pan out of this room, we will end today's session a little bit early, right here and there, because next to our 2 boys that are missing, we also have a Crystal that needs to go to bed.
Yes,
Real quick.
I need to sleep.
No,
Yeah.
we mean Crystal the player.
Yeah, no.
Oh, right. She too. Wait, what?
Yeah. No, but Crystal, you have a early flight tomorrow
I do.
to get all the way to England.
England.
So yeah,
It's like 3 kilometers away from here. Like, you should.
but still though.
Time-wise, I'm only 20 minutes away.
Yeah, but how early how early do you want to get to Schiphol?
Well, I want to be there around 7.
Oh!
My flight is going 10 minutes before 11.
It's
Oh,
like
God.
an hour before I typically wake up, even.
I know.
Big oof energy. So yeah. So for now, we will let Crystal go, and we will thank all of you so much for this beautiful episode. There were only the 4 of us, but I loved the fact that we had basically an entire session that was guided to us by Savage Combat Smurths, which is fucking awesome.
Yay!
Yeah. I kind of want to spoil this, if that's okay, Wouter. Before we
course.
started the session, Wouter was like, I think it's going to be okay. This is going to be a mostly or only role-playing session.
Yep. And
Enter
then
Savage Combat Smurf.
Suck, bitch, you fuck! There we go, combat. So hell yeah.
I just love that he had 3,000 llama points and chose violence.
Hell yeah. Violence.
I mean, that's like, you know, it's
Yeah,
society.
I mean, I would 100% also choose violence, but yeah.
So yeah,
Fun.
so we will let Crystal be. We will thank you very much for your continued aid in this beautiful adventure that we are creating, and we will hope to see you next week again when we can actually continue with hopefully more than just 3 players. So for now, enjoy the last hour and 19 minutes of your weekend. Good luck, and we will hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.